We have to be honest. We have too much stuff. Okay, so we have to have a really serious conversation when it comes to the content we're producing and the type of businesses we have here at FDF Race Shop. We have probably 9 different directions that we're going in. We have the legend car build. That on its own could be considered an entire business model that somebody might tackle and then take on and move on with it. We're building tree pullers. You don't even know this, but we're manufacturing a device that I designed that pulls out trees and T-posts. We have the party wagon that we're putting together. It's going off to a trade show. We have this full race Porsche that we've built and added all kinds of crazy stuff. Air jacks, the electronics that Joel's wiring in, the cool suit system. I don't know, it's in for roughly 30 to 40 grand worth of work. This type of stuff isn't sustainable. I have the design side of things. We have the educational products. We have the manufacturing of angle kit and race car components. The machine shop's always like every department is nearly maxed out. We've had great success with building this pick cart. Content-wise, we have a small influencer content business as well. We really don't know what direction to go, and we need you guys to give us, what do you want to see the most of? We got to cut the cord on like 2 or 3 of these things. And I'm going to explain these different business models and how, you know, some guys I see doing the same thing that I was doing 7, 8, 9 years ago, and then what I've had to do to change. Let's talk about the first one. Since my brother came on, he's so talented with wiring, with mechanical, with service. But there's no real sustainable business model when you're trying to scale in the service model industry. For example, this Porsche, it's a great client, it's a great car, and it's highly specialized when you're talking about adding air jacks. Like we added this system, we did a full ABS system, we added the power steering setup, we're adding all of this stuff. And then on the inside, we've done the chill out system, all of the cooling. We designed 3D printed, if you see the air vent 3D printed cap there, Jack, where that dial is, the screen display mount, all of the panels, like this plate that holds all this box, this electrical panel holds all of these components. There's so much time. There's so much time involved in doing this stuff, and you only get paid for that time once. It's not a sustainable business model. Even though you might be getting 40 grand for something like this, it just doesn't justify the sheer volume of time. Like we put in air jacks here. Sorry, get this out of the way. We put in these air jacks here, all custom fit. And this was like a week of planning and sorting and scanning and designing and welding. And man, we got to do the time once and then make a kit and then sell the kit for the next few years in order for us to scale properly. So there's that side of the business. There's also the rush cars. We're doing that as a rental program. Once again, infinite amount of time, minimal return on investment. We have the drift school. Now the drift school is interesting because it's directly correlated with the business now because we have products on those school cars. So that makes it viable. The products have to be tested. We can use the school to test these cars. We have 7 different drift cars for the school and they're all different. So that works. But then if that was your only business model, there's no money in that. And we really have to dial things down, focus more on the lane, and get these crazy talented people focused on the same direction. So I mentioned to you guys that we're building tree pullers. Well, this is the tree puller, and all of these are handles. So basically we designed this to extract trees and T-posts. It's a one-off job, but now we're producing them for companies like Home Hardware and selling them online as well as in store. And this is a fully designed and manufactured product from FDF Race Shop. So that's another direction that we've gone, which it's a really great model, but at the same time, we have to consider this is taking us away from our core business and industry. When you think about another direction or another idea, you have to consider what is the cost of education, learning about that industry, what is the cost of getting the sale. How much does it cost to obtain a customer? That's like your click cost, basically. What does it cost to get that person to buy your product? On FDF Race Shop, this has been 12 years of working on the name to get that click cost down so that people have confidence in buying. So if we start with something else, we now have to start from scratch. That's very expensive. Now, we have good partners, the backing of Home Hardware, so that likely will make that process easier, but it's another direction taking us away from our core business. This car is another example. We're building this, we should have been building this for road course racing already, and we had scheduled this to be done by right now, but instead we decided to do this project. So the balance here is we had a good opportunity to work on this car, but it's a one-time deal and you get paid once. We should have had this ready so that we'd be road course racing with all of our new grip racing products, and then this can produce 150,000 a year every year after we've tested and proven the products for that. So we really are breaking down and seeking the correct opportunities because we have so many opportunities here, but we have no time for this stuff. So we have the educational stuff as well. This is an entire direction that I could spend and make an entire business model on. Once again, if you were to lock me in a house and you say you're not allowed to leave this house, but you need to pay for the house and cover everything, I'd say give me 4 3D printers and we'll make it happen. 4 3D printers and Fusion 360, I can manage, no problem. And to add to all of the other directions, I do have 2 kids, if you guys didn't know, so that definitely adds to it. And I just had to get a bigger truck because I blew the transmission and both rear tires on my GM 3500. This leads into, I'm a professional driver and I compete as well. The logistics of that alone would be enough for someone to say, okay, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna do that and that's all I'm gonna do. But we have those other things I've mentioned, plus the logistics of this. We're also being involved in Skills Canada and skilled trades. So Joel, my brother, is going off to do some skilled trades work. And then I am going to a competition this weekend with my kids, which adds a ton to it. And people don't talk about this stuff. The logistics alone with running a race program is enough to take up all of your time if you don't have kids and you don't have a bunch of businesses running. Let's get this thing opened up. The issue always results in lack of time, and you have to just get really good at delegation and have all the right people. And it really messes with your head as you start getting into and thinking about all of these opportunities. We really need to start focusing and dialing in, like I've been mentioning. But we need to go through this whole trailer today and basically redo it again. We redo it every time and we improve by about 10%. What I would like to do is plan out and make it perfect, but I think in reality, that's something that you can type and comment on a post, but it's not something that actually works in reality. It's a multi-use trailer. We use this for so many different things. We can't just outfit it for one drifting application and then see you later. We need to go to trade shows, our drift events. Frequently these pack outs are in and then they're out and then they're in and then they're out, and people have race trailers that's set up with their tools. Half the reason we made the pit cart is that so everything that we need can be brought in there and used somewhere else. What I would love to do is outfit this thing with cabinets and have it set up for that, but in reality, we have to be conscious about our spending. We have to be conscious about everything because we have so many things going on. We're spread thin. Nobody wants thinly spread butter and cream cheese and stuff. You want that thick. You want to be able to cover all the bases. So I'm going through this today. So realistically, because the content side of the business actually has good momentum, good potential to work with partners to then bring more of the content style, like building a pit cart on screen. Let's make the legend car a drift car. Let's focus on things that really work with the content. We need help from you guys to determine what it is that you really want to see from us, because we have so many opportunities and abilities, but because we're stretched so thin, we actually can't produce as much content as we would like. Jack, who's behind the camera, has so many roles and responsibilities as well that it makes it difficult. We're gonna work on a structure where we're posting at minimum of twice a week on the same days every week, but even to facilitate that, we went over all the different weeks and how many issues there might be with that, like coming back from an event, a Monday's basically a write-off. Well, we need to film on a Monday so that we can post on a Tuesday. So if we don't have the ability to film on the Monday, what do? Well, we go over all these problems and scenarios. Basically, you're gonna get a nice juicy vlog from me because we're going to stick to the schedule. And things like that are what's making this so difficult. Brain is scatterbrain. We need your help with the guidance on the direction to go so that we can produce the best content and make this something real. Because let's face it, all these content producers, they've been grinding it out for 5, 6, 7, 10 years, just like we have. But at a certain point, you have to collect so that you're able to continue. And you see guys doing that. Cletus, Adam, and TJ, they all have ads in their videos. They all have purpose behind their businesses and their content. You have to, or else it's not sustainable. We need to find something that makes sense, it's sustainable, it's enjoyable, and we can work with partners, build the brands, and get it going. So leave in the comments what you think. We got to cut the cord on a couple of these ideas, and I have an idea of what we should be removing, but I want to hear from you guys.